Hello, everybody. Saturn is turning retrograde on 24th of June and will complete his retrograde transit on which of October was it? 23rd of October. He starts his retrograde motion in the first degrees of Aquarius. Now, what is this meaning? First of all, there will be many meanings about the Saturn in retrograde motion. Even I know that in the Vedic astrology, the Indians would consider Saturn very good when retrograde, even giving fame and wealth. This you can see in some texts. I am not really very sure about that. I am also not worried about his retrograde motion, because when we understand the energy of Saturn, we will see that when we harmonize with his energies, when we respect the law of, following moral values, not deviating from the truth, introducing some discipline in our lives, then actually Saturn does not look like such challenging planet. Now he turns retrograde, meaning from our perspective, he looks retrograde, but actually there is no such thing. The planets continue their very well described motion. Now, when he comes retrograde, he's considered to be slower as well. And when we know what his energy means, then we also know what he may bring us. He is retrograde for not such a short period, 4.5 months approximately. He will make us revisit all these features and values which he means, which he rules, which he emphasizes on. He is also the judge, so to say. He is the last planet. I don't count now Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, the trans-Saturnian planets. He is the last from the 7 planets. He serves as borderline. It is like this borderline is about boundaries, limitations. Symbolically, the rings of Saturn would have such meaning. So he will make us revisit moral values, our relationship with truth, our discipline, and all that we just listed. When he completes his mission of retrograde motion, he finishes in the 24th degrees of Capricorn. I will tell you what this means. And then he is forming a square to Ketu, the lunar node Ketu, invisible Venus as the goddess Ereshkigal, Venus invisible, and also the sun all in Libra. He completes mission and is creating aspect to these 3 planets: Ketu, the invisible planet, the lunar node, invisible Venus, and the sun, and the sign of Libra. Libra is about balance, of course, but Libra is about justice, reaching justice, and Saturn can challenge, can question, can be the judge. Is there justice? Was there justice served? Also, as far as I know, Saturn, when he forms square to Ketu, this very karmic lunar node, this means challenging times. Like we can see the world situation as being a bit challenging, and because the whole axis of Libra Aries is very much about serving justice or not, and Aries is about hostilities. We will see some developments in relation to the war and hostilities which temporarily we may not like. This will end, of course, especially we will see end coming after January of 2023, but certainly the square of Saturn to the lunar node, to Venus, which means finances, is challenging financial markets, even worsening of the financial markets and inflation, because he moves retrograde and he stops in this degree to look towards these planets. He also aspects by trine Mercury, meaning, well, the aspect of Saturn, let me tell you, even if it's a trine, is aspect of Saturn. it is judgmental, it is about truth, it is about making sure that the karma will be fulfilled, and he will be trining Mercury, who in this very moment will be exalted super strong in Virgo. So we have very strong Saturn in Capricorn. I'm talking about when he completes his mission, but it matters. The whole cycle of his transit matters, retrograde transit. And when he makes even trine to Mercury, it means that the free speech will be challenged, but still there will be free speech. People will be saying what they think. Amazing knowledge will be released. There will be something new in relation to communication and knowledge coming out, information, the exposures, because Mercury equally powerful and Saturn also. And also in the same moment, you will see how Saturn and Mars form something, a mirroring image like an Attasio code in astrology. It will have to do with the war. There will be a lot of contradiction. We will hear war-like events like worsening, temporary, worsening, and then we will be seeing also we'll be seeing a lot happening on the financial markets, inflation. And by the way, this is only 2 days before the eclipse, which also happens in Libra. There will be a solar eclipse in Libra happening on the 25th of October. Well, we went too far. I will stop here to tell you other things. Who is Saturn? I had to start with this, and I'm telling you now about the transits and all these aspects. Who is Saturn? In Babylon, god Ninurta. Now, Saturn is the son of one of the three main gods which created humanity. This is Enlil. And his mother, Ninmah, was the great goddess of the mountains. She's related to Earth. Ninmah, related to Earth. That's why he is the agricultural. He's the great warrior. This is Ninurta, Saturn. He's great. We should not be afraid of him if we follow, and this is simple when we have the knowledge of this. If we follow to be decent, moral values towards ourselves and others. If we can distinguish from, can understand what truth and justice is, and if we follow some maybe discipline, then we cannot fear Saturn so much. He's very, very interesting. See who his parents are. Ninmah, the great goddess, the great mother, which is the goddess of the mountain. Also Ki, the earth. So she's related to the earth, and he's the agricultural. On the position on how Saturn is feeling, the whole fertility of the earth is dependent. He's very, very important. Also Ninurta is this god, divinity, who opened the gates and allowed the great flood to happen. So you see, this is to tell you, he is actually ruling also the irrigation systems. So you can see how much he is related to karma. This was karmic result of something, well, this will be a big story. We have to read maybe the Gilgamesh and Enkidu and other ancient texts. But in general, this means this is about his karmic role. He's the one, the Lord of Karma, the Lord of Tears, the Lord of Time. So he's the one who is ensuring that the karma is being fulfilled. So while he will be retrograde, he will make us look back, fulfill the hardest karmic lessons for us. So because this is happening in the first degree of Aquarius up until the 24th, 25th degrees of Capricorn, people who have in these degrees, sidereal degrees, moon, ascendant, sun, will be experiencing this transit very powerfully. I don't say bad, but this will certainly result in events for you, very karmic. Whatever Saturn means on in your horoscope, from whichever house he comes, this is the sort of event that he may give you. Let's say Saturn is, you're born in the day. Saturn is in the 29 degree of Capricorn. He is ruling your midheaven. You will certainly be experiencing very, very intense events in your career place, in your work. Very, very intense. I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying good. It will depend on your relationship with Saturn and on how Saturn is positioned in your horoscope and on your relationship with truth, moral, decency, time orientation, and all these features which we just explained. He is a great warrior. He can give you, they call him the hero warrior. He's his name in Urta, not sure what exactly means, but one of the translations from Akkadian is that it means the god of earth. So he's great warrior. Being a warrior, he can give us great achievements, winning, and he can also give just the opposite. It will depend on what I just told you, but he will certainly make us think. He brings us back to the past. That's why we can go through the most intense and hard times related to hostilities of this current war which is happening now. But this will not be forever. Like I told you, yes, he's retrograde. He will be direct on the 23rd of October. And after that, his direct motion will lead him out from Capricorn. And when he enters Aquarius, the energies will shift tremendously. Also, the energies of the war. And we may see the ending of it to a degree. Because we also need to see the ending of the cycle of Mars. But Saturn will be doing already his role in this, and we will see it, we will feel it in terms of events. It will manifest in events. We will see that, all of us. So yes, retrograde Saturn will remind us of all these events happening while he was in Capricorn. They can start the narrative of disease, but it will never be, they will not manage to do it that strongly, because this page is closed, since Mars, who gave the disease topic to the world, completed this cycle. And now his new topic from end of the year 2021 is hostilities, unrest for the world, wars. So yes, because Saturn will be retrograde to remind us of the past, the topic of diseases can come on the surface too. But don't worry, it won't be with that power. It doesn't have this energy anymore. They may try, but it will be weak. So yes, remember, if you have Moon, Sun, midheaven, ascendant in these last degrees of Capricorn, even the first degrees of Aquarius, you will certainly feel very intensely, very strongly, the retrograde motion of Saturn. Karmically, this will remind you of things that you have to revisit, fix for yourself, improve for yourself. Karmically, whatever Saturn means in your horoscope, this is what you will be driven to work on. So, and no drama, no worries. I am reminding you, the Indians in the Vedic astrology have been researching this already for years, because Saturn turns retrograde every year for four and something months, and they consider him good. They would give examples of horoscopes of people who have retrograde Saturn and who are very achieved, very wealthy, and so people who achieve the rank. And so, therefore, we should not be afraid. Just we need to find balance, and we need to work in harmony with the Saturn energies. So, all the best.